Okay, many see illegal immigrants as a threat, cheating through some of the important elements of being an American, which they believe that they don't pay taxes, they steal other people's jobs, and they occupy the space of our nation. This occupation has led a disturbance in Arizona, mainly to the Hispanic community, which is roughly 30% of the state's population. And they are fighting against the signed bill 1070, also known as the Support Our Law Enforcement Safe Neighborhood Act. This bill allows for police officers to arrest a person based on suspicion that you are an illegal immigrant and he or she may be at risk for racial profiling, harassment, and other prosecutions in the state. This bill was brought up because of those accusations and implications that the negative view on immigrants, believing that they are the reason why this country has gone down economically and safety needs have risen. Well, in reality, that's not true. The fact is that this country is built on immigrants, and 57% of them are from Mexico, and unfortunately they're illegal, but they're serving for the country just as much as those who are American citizens by paying their taxes, creating jobs for serving for those who don't have any, and building new ideas for people to adapt in America. So I'll discuss the matter of immigrants paying their dues and taxes and the drive for an American dream by working hard and not stealing other people's jobs. American citizens, even those who are immigrants, they believe that the increase of immigrants will make the national identity and language disappear, replacing the great melting pot by diverse multiculturalism. They believe that the less skilled American citizen will have less money and have fewer opportunities to find a job because they have to compete with those who come from different countries in the job market. They have to compete. David Frum, a CNN contributor, states America's largest source of immigrants have been Latin America, especially Mexico. For half of these Latino immigrants, they lack high school diploma. Although an education is really important to succeed in America, it is not the only resource to succeed in this country. According to Gilbert Gonzalez from OC Business Journal, statistics show that before, in the 1980s, whites used to run the catering truck businesses. Now the business is 95% Hispanic-owned and operated. Half of them actually don't have the proper education, but the level of education was the same as in the 80s, so the education is not what's making the economy go down, it's not setting the immigrants a bad reputation, but it's the drive that they are working hard. This is their way in succeeding the American dream, not by stealing people's money, but actually pursuing their dreams. One good personal example is my uncle. He came to the United States illegally. He started off working at a restaurant, washing dishes. He had a long life dream of managing a restaurant, and slowly he managed a restaurant at CPK. He became a chef, and after getting his citizenship, he believed that he can do more, and right now he owns 2 Mexican restaurants here in Orange County, and he also owns a Mexican restaurant at TJ. So, and this was all without a high school diploma. So it is the drive that pushes a person to succeed. Many people born in America claim that their immigrants are ruining the American economic system by consuming high amounts of government resources. But the fact is that they aren't consuming much more than the average American. They're just they're benefiting the way they're benefiting from the hard work in the United States. Jessica Lee from Orange County Business Journal states that Hispanic immigrants are able to buy homes, educate their children, and live the American dream. There is the assumption that almost all immigrants don't pay corresponding tax rates because of their low wages. Many may disagree to allow immigrants to work here in the United States because they don't pay their taxes and they keep what they make to themselves, and they don't serve back to the nation which they give off, which the nation gives them an opportunity to succeed. In reality, it is that during tax season, many of those illegal immigrants do pay their taxes. Most of them come from feeling obligated, a sense of pride, a sense of appreciation to the nation for giving them their opportunity. According to USA Today, if anything, we need more immigrants coming into the nation, not less, especially with the baby boomers retiring. Their tax contribution seems quite significant, ranging from sales taxes, property taxes, and excise taxes. Having more people cycling the economy, including illegal and legal immigrants, will benefit the future of our country, and especially during these harsh economic times. Business Week declares that entrepreneurs are often described as the primary drivers of the country. Hispanics have the most immigrants creating the small businesses, which means creating more entrepreneurships. This causes the nation to have higher rates of entrepreneurship, which sets a good image to the rest of the world. So it seems that immigrants, that the majority of them being Hispanic, contribute more to the country. I say immigrants improve the image of America internationally. It adds additional group of cheaper labor, making higher profits, and best of all, it gives struggling people an opportunity to succeed for a better life and climb their way up to become successful and achieving their dreams. Thank you.
All right, Christine, what did you think?
There could be a little more life in your voice. It was a good topic, but it kind of seemed to go off track. You started with Arizona and then racial profiling, and then you went off to your uncle, which was a really good story. But then we started going on to they create businesses and stuff like that, which I don't see how that tied in with Arizona at first, the racial profiling. Also, your hands, they were holding note cards quite a bit, but they also moved a lot, but it just kind of seemed to play with them a little bit. But I really did like the story about your uncle, though.
All right. Obviously, the topic that you were talking about is controversial. There's a lot of talk about it. I thought it introduced the subject pretty well. That's not really the focus of your argument. I didn't see that problem, that's what the issue was going to be. You used it as a way of identifying the broader subject and theme, and I thought that was okay. There's a little bit of an outline. I think the internal signposting needs to be stronger. I like the story. Again, the same thing Christine was saying. I think I like the story that your uncle went through, and that gives us some explanation of the experience that people have and the way they can contribute to the economy. What you need to be able to do is generalize that a little bit more. Find some following statistics that show how frequently that occurs. There was a good piece of information at one point in the speech talking about how these immigrants are more likely to be entrepreneurs, starting their own businesses, that sort of thing. It would be interesting to know if they're creating their own jobs, for instance, instead of taking jobs, and they're creating their own jobs. I think that's the point that you want to be emphasizing on this point. The delivery issues, I thought that your voice had some variety. It could use a little bit more energy. I thought you had very solid eye contact with the audience. I was a little bit confused about your catering truck example. It sounded, you got halfway through it and it just seemed like it fell apart, so I'm not exactly sure what inference I should be getting out of that. I'm going to cut it off here because we've run out of time on the 10-minute